Good afternoon, guys. This is D Mace, your ranter, and this is the Rant Nation. I hope that you guys have having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we just want to talk a little bit about the Gilded Age. And so, the Gilded Age, a young woman entering into 1882 New York's rigid social scene is drawn into the daily conflict surrounding the new money Russell family and the established Van Ryan Brooke family, who are neighbors across 61st Street near Fifth Avenue on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. The series also shows conflicts faced by the upper and upper middle classes, the black upper class, and the domestic workers who tend to all of their needs. So, this is a good show. I like this show. I've been enjoying it. Just happened to stumble across it last year and got hooked on it, and then couldn't wait for the new season to come out, which actually just dropped last night on Max at 9 a.m., 9 p.m. So basically, just some of the things that I liked. I was trying to think about some of the things that I like, some of the things I don't like about it. I couldn't find anything that I didn't like, so we'll just talk about the things that I like. Who knows? Maybe at some point we'll get some things that I don't like about it, and we'll talk about it. But what I did like was I'm pro Russell family. I'm pro the Russell family. Bertha and George Russell. They are bulldozers. They are what you would call a power couple. So they're coming into New York. Russell owns a conglomerate of railroad businesses and things like that. So he's really heavy in that. Got a lot of money with that. So they come into New York and they're trying to break into the new society. They're trying to break the new money into the old side. They're trying to converge the two and things like that. Well, the thing that they're finding is, and somebody please let me know in the comments below if this is still a thing. I'm not really sure if it is. I'm not really from New York or haven't really studied up on that. But I do understand that back in the day there was this whole rivalry between the new money and old money back in the day. Let me know, guys, in the comment below if that's still a thing. But anyway, so they find themselves into almost a combat with the old money, and that's one of the old money representatives is the Van Ryan Brooks family, and so they team up with the Astors and everything like that to try to get Bertha and her husband out of place. But you cannot get Bertha and George out of anywhere because when they mean to get something done, they get it done. And I love their chemistry. I love how they get things done. They think outside the box, and it blows people's minds. George, I like George because George is very cool, very laid back, but at the same time, he's a bulldozer, man. He will get stuff done. And Bertha's more brash. She's more brash and out and trying to, get some things done. So that's my favorite couple. That's a power couple right there. They have a son and they also have a daughter as well. Their son, Larry Russell, I think is going to end up being with one of the main characters, which is Marion Brooks, who is the niece of the Van Ryans. It's the young lady that comes to New York because her father passed away. She ended up having to move with her spinster aunts. So I think they're going to get together. They're friends right now, but I think they're going to end up getting together. So we'll see because he's open-minded. He wants to be an architect. He doesn't want to get into his railroad business as his father wants for him to, but he wants to be an architect, and he's kind of proving himself through that. So this is a pretty good show, man. I like it. I like the little social battles that they're doing here. Even bringing the Astors into it and stuff like that. And then Bertha gets into it with Miss Astor. They have a love hate relationship, and Miss Astor's trying to keep Bertha at bay, but Bertha can't be put at bay. Bertha's always thinking ahead of the game. The other thing that I like about this show is they have Peggy Scott. Peggy Scott is a young African American writer in this show who just comes to New York. She's trying to find her footing. You can imagine back in 1882, as a young woman and even as a young black woman, how challenging that must have been. So anyway, she comes into New York and she ends up getting a job with the Van Ryans. And her and Agnes Van Ryan develop a really good respect because Peggy does really, really good work. But she ends up having to move and go back with her parents for a little while because she has a son. She had a son, and her father gave up her son for adoption because she had him out of wedlock. And so her father gave her son up for adoption. And what ended up happening is she found out that the son is alive because her father told her he was dead. And so they get into all of that this particular new season. At the end of last season, that's something that comes up. But anyway, I really enjoy this show. I really enjoy the dynamics of it. I like seeing, well, for me, I'm a big history buff. I love, all that stuff. So seeing the dynamics of how things were back then. I love the attention to detail. Shout out to Sally Richardson, who is putting this thing together and doing her whole thing here. I love the attention to detail. I love that period, and people were so proper and they dressed very nice and had their hats and their ascots, gentlemen and ladies and things like that back then. So it was it's really entertaining to see. I think that is pretty much it for me as far as the Gilded Age goes. Check it out. They're into the new season. It dropped last night at 9 p.m. I hope that you guys like it. Let me know if you've seen it, if you like it, if you don't like it. What are some of the good things that you like, some of the things you don't like about it? Excuse me. So yeah, it's just a really good show. I'm enjoying it. Again, D Mace Rant, and this is the Rant Nation. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Like, share, subscribe. Let's beat this algorithm, guys.